Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and what is going to be another WhatNot video. I asked if you guys wanted me to talk about the winner's choice, buyer's choice sale I had, what I learned from that, and several of you said yes. So that's what we're going to talk about, a winner's choice, buyer's choice sale on WhatNot. So let's just jump right into it with what is a winner's choice, buyer's choice sale. So winner's choice, some people call it buyer's choice, is an auction format where the seller puts several items down on camera and people bid for the chance to get first choice. So let's say they put 8 items out on the table, open up the bidding, and the highest bidder wins at $8. And the $8 winner gets to choose an item from the board, first choice, right? Some people do 1 item, some do 2, some even do 3. But the winner, and now Teddy is barking. Really, Teddy? The winner picks the item they want. Seller takes that item out and replaces it with another item, and you run it again. It's a very popular auction format, and it has its pros and cons. So I did one as a test, to learn about it. And again, I just put some, small items out, things that I was going to be okay if they didn't, sell for very much, just to move some things and to learn how to do it. So the way that I ran mine is I initially was like, I'm going to put like 12 things out. That's probably my mistake in the first place, but we'll get to that. But I think like it was 8 or 12 things out on the table. Now I was doing was I doing toys? Was it all toys? It's been a few weeks because again, I haven't been doing anything other than cleaning up water in my basement. Or was it a random? I can't remember. It was small stuff. Okay, so I put stuff out, ran the auctions. I think I started everything at $1, which was probably a mistake. Again, we'll talk about that. But the way I did it to organize myself is I used the number bags. Now, this is something that Misty, she's the first one that I ever saw do this, and if she does it, I just do it. So what I did is I was going to do 40 rounds, okay? So I loaded 40 rounds of this into my catalog, and I number anytime I put in my catalog. WhatNot will organize your catalog alphabetically, but if you number everything, it'll keep everything in numbered order, and that's just a really good way to stay organized. If you're doing clothing, you can put the numbers on the hanger. If you're doing hard goods, smalls, you can put numbers on bags. So I do the bags. This is also really good for me to make sure that if it doesn't fit in the bag, I've learned I'm not going to sell it on WhatNot. It's too big, too bulky, too heavy. It's got to fit in bags. But what I do is I loaded 40 winner's choice into my catalog. I think I initially picked 2 items, and I also had to enter in the weight. That was the other thing when you're doing this is you need to make sure you know what things are going to weigh so the buyer pays the right amount of shipping and they don't get overcharged or they don't get undercharged. If they get undercharged, WhatNot has to pay that difference to Shippos. So you don't want to tick WhatNot off and undercharge people. There's no overage on shipping to sellers on WhatNot. So a lot of us on eBay, we will maybe pad the shipping a little bit to get a handling fee back to pay for packing materials. It doesn't work that way on WhatNot. So if you overcharge the customer, they're just going to get overcharged. And if you undercharge it, you're kind of ripping WhatNot off. So it's no benefit to you to try to skate around the shipping. Make sure you enter it in. But I needed to find all similar size and weight items. And then when any 2 items were together, they were going to ship at this same rate because you have to put that in. And then, of course, most people bought more than one thing and the shipping got combined, and the shipping gets combined by weight. So if you have everything at 8 ounces and somebody buys, 5 things at 8 ounces, well, of course, now we're up over a pound. It's going to go priority. Again, if you sell on eBay, you know how the shipping works, and it's a similar thing on WhatNot where you really want to make sure your weights are correct. So I entered in my catalog. I think I did 40 rounds, all the weights, everything was numbered. So what I did is I started and I put, like I said, I don't know if I did 8 or 12 things on the table, started the bidding, and whoever won number 1, I got the bag and I put the 2 items they chose in the bag. And I actually made a point to show the bag and the items in the bag on the camera and say, okay, here you go. Here's you were number one, here's your stuff. And then I put the bag off to the side and I was ready with bag number 2. I put 2 more items to replace the ones I pulled, ran it again. Second one went, the highest bidder won that. I got bag number 2, put the items that they chose in and showed it on camera, off to the side, next one. And I did that for about 40 rounds. What worked well is that it was really fun. It's very interactive. So if you are in a social mood and you want to chat and have a good time, a winner's choice, buyer's choice is a great thing to do. Mistakes I made. My board choices got too cluttered. I thought I'd start out with a set amount of stuff and I found myself throwing more stuff in. Again, I was kind of running a lot of little small things and was like, well, maybe that nobody's going to want this, or, you know, people are like, I don't know. So I started putting too much stuff out in front of me and then it wouldn't all fit in the camera. Buyers couldn't see the choices. I couldn't even figure out what was on there. Too cluttered. So not sticking to a system where I was only going to put so many items out. That was my big mistake. I got distracted by the chat. Now in a winner's buyer's choice, you have to be conscious of the chat because you are waiting for people to choose what they want. You're the winning bidder for each round. You need to wait for them to tell you which items they want. So you are more engaged in a chat, at least I was, than I would be if I was just putting one item out at a time. So I definitely got kind of distracted and lost in the chat, which made things take longer. Near the end, someone won and they took a really long time to choose their 2 items. And by that time, we'd been there for a while. People were starting to leave. The whole thing just lost momentum at that time. So choosing the 2 items, I think if I would have done choose 1, would have kept it on track easier, because when people had to choose 2 and I had so much stuff on the board, they were like, oh, I don't know what to pick. And the whole show just kind of died from there. This was the longest sale that I ran. It was well over an hour and a half. It earned me the least amount of money. Now, again, I was testing it out. So I just had a lot of little stuff out. I wasn't thinking anything was gonna, get great bids. And I was exhausted at the end of it. I was like sweating and exhausted from trying to juggle everything and talking for so long and being, on for so long. People are like, WhatNot's like the home shopping network. And it kind of is. You have to, you got to be on. You got to sell stuff, right? You can't be like, here's this thing, bid. Some people do, and then they don't get bids. So I was exhausted. Would I do a buyer's choice, winner's choice again? I would if I had better things. Again, you may know I lost all my inventory due to the water in my basement. So I really don't even have anything. When I did the sale, I was just testing smalls anyway. I know some people have done well if they just have the better stuff. I've said this on Instagram. I feel like WhatNot is, normally when we as resellers buy things, the mentality is, well, I'm going to put the good stuff over on eBay or wherever. And then the smaller items, maybe I'll liquidate those in another way. Like for me, I take them to the consignment store, right? Some people will have a garage sale or whatnot. So if you buy in bulk and you end up with a lot of stuff, you have different ways to move your inventory. But people aren't stupid on WhatNot, and most of the people on WhatNot are sellers. So they know the little small things that you maybe could mark up for a decent profit on eBay. They're not going to pay up for that stuff because they know where they can get it too. They're looking for things that are special, things they can't find. So in this case, I almost think you're better off putting your best stuff on WhatNot if you want to move it quickly and make a fast profit on it. If you want top dollar and you're willing to wait, of course, you're going to put it on eBay. But if you want to flip things fast and you've got some things that are of decent value, absolutely. I would have stuck to a theme. I feel like I thought it was going to be toys, but some other things might have gotten in there. But a theme is good because you want to attract people who are collecting whatever it is your theme is. If it's jewelry, if it's toys, if it's ephemera, whatever. A theme is good. Had fewer rounds. I did 40, which isn't really bad, but it took so long and I was exhausted. And I would have started the bidding higher. And this is something I think we all need to learn to do on WhatNot, is start the bidding higher. It's great to start things for $1 if they're going to get bid up, but by the end of my choice sale, nothing was getting bid up. People were bidding $1, and sometimes nobody would even bid. And I'd just be like, okay, I'll put some other things on there. So it really got away from me. So a theme, keeping the board more controlled, maybe just letting it be one choice rather than 2 or 3, because that took longer, would have been better. I don't know that I would do one again, because I don't see myself ever getting so much stuff that I would have a particular theme. If I continue selling on WhatNot, I'm probably going to do it. What comes in a week goes out in a week. I don't want to have inventory. I don't want to store a bunch of stuff. So if it can't go to the consignment store and I'm going to go on WhatNot, it's got to move. But I would start things at a higher price, even if that meant putting lots together, or just sticking to higher dollar items. You know, I did want to talk about keeping the board, the space in front of you organized. I was in a sale and a lady used a muffin tin, and I thought this was genius if you're selling smalls. And of course you can do it. They have, 6 muffin tins, but she had the 12, and she was doing Christmas, and every little thing had a item in it. And I think she was doing a pick 2, and it just made sense. 1, 2, 3, whatever. You could number it in the bottom if you wanted to, but some sort of divided tray. You go to Dollar Tree, they have like those plastic divided trays, however many sections you want. Some sort of divided tray system, I think, is great. Her sale, it was just so much clearer. Everything was separated. The camera was at a good angle. My sale, I had too much on the board and I couldn't get it all in the camera, and I just started to get flustered, and the whole thing just got away from me, I felt. So making sure you have some sort of organizing will help. So yeah, organized, the bag system is great for keeping track. Make sure your weights are intact. Don't do too much. I mean, I go in there and I see people, they'll be like, we're on round 200, and they're just throwing things up, which is kind of the overall problem I see on WhatNot. I might do another video about like the things I don't like about the way some people run their WhatNot sales. Is you're on there too long, it's too cluttered, you don't have a plan, it gets away from you, and people aren't going to watch. When you go into some of these sales, there's like 3 people in there. It's not going to work. You need a good audience in order to get bids, and being organized and staying focused is really going to help you not only attract in customers, but keep them there, and hopefully they will actually buy things, because at the end of the day, we're here to sell things and make money, not just to sit around and, twiddle your thumbs and give yourself a bunch of work that you could make the same amount of money if you just had a garage sale, and it'd be a lot easier and faster versus, again, the selling part's fun, but remember, you've got the shipping on the end that you have to do. And like I said before, a successful WhatNot sale results in a 4th quarter level shipping event where you just have so much shipping to do. And if you're giving things out for $1 and now you've got 50, 60 packages, you could have had a garage sale. It would have been easier. Like I said, I did this to kind of experiment and learn, and I had so much stuff, but in the future, I'm not going to be giving things away. I know Misty said she wouldn't do anything for less than $5 because it's not worth it. And that's absolutely true. So anyway, I hope that answered some questions about the winner's choice, buyer's choice. Let me know your thoughts. Do you like these kind of sales? Do you not? Have you had them? What have you learned? Leave comments below. And if you like reselling content like this, make sure that you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.